Competitive bodybuilding is a sport that takes extreme dedication. We are going to take you through the lives of these athletes, intense workouts, dietary struggles, and lifestyle commitment. Experience the challenges they face with their family, coaches, and work. This is Angles Health and Fitness TV.
On this episode of Angles Health and Fitness TV, we take you to the NPC Thunderdome to meet two new athletes, Red Meckelberg and Woody Hunter.
Two athletes in, one athlete out. No, just kidding you. If you guys remember the old Tina Turner movie, Thunderdome, it was like, 2 men enter, 1 man leave. Together into a little cage fighting in the old days, Mad Max days. Anyway, that's where I got the name Thunderdome. It is hard coming up with names, by the way, when you have all these shows. I personally have 7, and we have 10 shows in Arizona. So I researched the internet because I didn't want to copy anybody else's name. And a lot of good names are taken out there. So there is, I don't believe, another show called the Thunderdome. 2 athletes in, 1 athlete out. I'm not sure we're gonna do that. Maybe with the girls are like pillow fights or something like that. We'll get a little dome in there and hit each other pillow fights and, I don't know, knock her out of the pillow or something. And the guys will do like javelin sticks or something. I don't know. Well, I've talked to Jim Mannion about that. Then we'll come with a new division.
My name's Red and I am 32. I have been competing for a year. I've done 2 other shows besides this one. I actually ran half marathons. I did 9 in under 4 years. I started in Vegas, and my joke is what starts in Vegas ends in Vegas, because I did my last attempt at a half marathon, but I had some knee issues with doing so many in a short amount of time that I needed to take a step back, and I wanted to do something active and still fit. And so I got introduced to this industry through my girlfriend, and she kind of pushed me. Actually, she's the one who started me in running, and she gave running up because she had some other issues as well after hitting the pavement hard, and so then I made the switch. But I have been always active for sure, and this has been a nice change. I've actually gotten physical results. I was able to consume more food than I was actually giving myself and fueling. So I learned how to fuel my body for the amount of energy I'm putting out. Looking back, I could have probably eaten a lot more in my running time because I needed those carbs to fuel me during, the 13.1 miles. And then all the training leading up to that. So the dynamic, in weightlifting and all that for bodybuilding is just fueling and finding the food that works for my system, and what time to eat certain food for me is really key because I get up so early. I'm at the gym at 6:30 at the latest. So I am up at about 4:45 making breakfast, and then off to the gym. So I'm fueling throughout the day. I eat 6 meals a day, and that helps for me to just keep fueling. I prep all my food. I consider Sundays my food prep, and so I have my freezer full of meat, which is the hardest thing to prep, already stocked. So I just come home, grab it out, defrost it, and my food's ready. And so I call it setting yourself up for success. Food can be probably the hardest thing for people, just simply because people eat on emotions. They eat because they're bored, and for me, I've never struggled with that. But then there's people who just don't have time to eat or don't set it up. So for me, the food thing was a lot easier, and the fact that I got to eat more food than what I was giving myself it was like a bonus.
Coming up next on Angles, we will meet Woody Hunter, and later, Red Meckelberg takes the stage.
Hi, my name is Woody Hunter. I'm 33 years old. I just finished my first physique show. It was the Thunderdome. Prior to the Thunderdome, I did bodybuilding, and that was 5 years ago. Decided to go a little more with a leaner look rather than just trying to get as bulky and big as possible. First of all, I'm a personal trainer, so as I want to talk the talk and walk the walk. So I wanted to prove also my clients that through diet and cardio and doing the correct thing and following a routine and doing what you're supposed to, you will get results. And I like to compete, and I've always been an athlete. I've played basketball, I played football, some college football, wrestling, anything you compete in, and this is a sport where I can continue competing, so it keeps me competitive. So it is high, it's really intense, so right now I'm doing it. So I started on Monday, I started I do spinach and turkey burger, and I do that 8 times a day. So it's about 2 handfuls, cups of spinach, and then it's about 1 cup of ground turkey meat, and I just 6 to 7 times, 8 times a day. Whenever I'm hungry, I eat. So it's about every 2 hours because that food just burns right through you so quickly. And then because you're having no carbs, you're a little bit tired. So you add a little bit of fat into your diet just to keep the mind going, because the carbs are what feed your mind. So it's intense, but like I said, I'm the one making the decisions and I'm the one going through it. I'm going to keep a positive attitude because this is what I want to do. And then again, you're just looking at your body and you're trying to judge it like, well, maybe if I kicked up my cardio this last week, I'll push more cardio, or maybe my abs, or just got to figure out how to tighten them or whatever. But it's tough. It's not easy. That's why nobody, as I say, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Not a lot of people choose to do this. So you just get through it.
I've been a little spacey, just forgetting the rest of my sentences sometimes, or my focus, but that's why I did not work today or even yesterday, so I can just rest and take care of this guy. And I am in the pump room right now at the Thunderdome. I am having to just fill out my shoulders a little bit, helps bring balance to the lower body, because us bikini girls are always trying to lean out the lower half.
Any bikini novice, class B, lined up please. Bikini novice, class B.
And that would be me.
That's you. All right, let's go. Excited?
Yeah, I'm super excited. This is the first time I've done novice, so it'll get out the nerves and I'll be ready to come back around on the second half.
What do you expect?
Just to have a good time. And of course I'll look for my son and my husband out in the audience. That'll help keep me calm.
Okay, ladies, you can go ahead and return to your original position on the side there. 85, you can leave your line to the side there.
Woke up in the morning and I felt a little discouraged, honestly. To be raw and authentic, did not know where my abs went. I definitely looked, in the industry as we call, fluffy.
Okay, could I have competitors 57 to the front, please? Number 81, number 86, number 87, number 88.
Coming up next, Woody Hunter goes on stage for his first physique show. But first, a PT by Joe athlete gets polygraphed. See what happens next.
I went up and I met Miles, and the guy like came out and he was looking, he's like, I need 4 people. It's like, lucky one. It's like,
I saw it on the thing, but I was like, what the hell is that?
I know. I was laughing. I was like, you know what? If anyone had to get it, I know. I was like, as soon as I met him, it was the wrong place, the wrong time. Should have held off. I think this is a scheme, so you buy things. They have you wait around all the main sections of all the quest bars. The more I see them, the more I just want to eat them. Because now I'm waiting.
All right, so I need you to lean forward, arms above your head.
It's like a strip search almost.
All right, so these are going to measure your breathing. All right?
All right.
Now, it's real important during a polygraph exam to sit really still. All right?
Well, hopefully,
all right, hands down. You're going to keep your feet flat on the floor the entire time. All right, need you to this hand straight up. So there's only 2 answers or 2 words you can state during the polygraph.
Yes and no.
Yes or no. All right, flat on your thigh. Keep that one there the whole time.
All right.
All right, we're going to review the questions on the test, okay?
Got it.
We're going to just review them first. All right. First question. In the past year, have you intentionally used any substance that is prohibited by this competition?
No.
In the past year, have you used an anabolic steroid?
No.
Is your first name Chris?
Yes.
Are you now in the state of Arizona?
Yes.
Are you going to answer truthfully each question I ask about your illegal drug use?
Yes.
Okay, these next 2 questions I want you to answer no to. In your whole life, have you ever lied to stay out of trouble?
No.
In your whole life, have you ever made a mistake?
No.
Okay, so those are lies, right?
Yeah.
We know those, you're not being honest with those.
Yeah.
We've all lied to stay out of
Made a
trouble.
mistake by not going up to Miles 5 minutes later.
All right. Whatever you have to think about, when you answer that question, I want you to really make sure that you realize that you're not being honest during those questions.
Right.
Don't take it lightly because I'm instructing you to answer that way.
Okay.
Now, those are the only 2 questions that I will instruct you how to answer. Everything else, you're answering on your own, just like you just did, okay? We're going to review go through the questions 3 times. Once we go through them 3 times, I'll release the pressure from the cuff, and you'll be good to go. 10 minutes, yeah. It's going to take a little while to do, okay?
Okay, thank you. Here's your athlete's badge. This is like gold.
That is gold.
Well, what I did is I got ready. I would get in the back, kind of got my spot because you never know where you're going to be. So you kind of find like a home base area. You sit down and then you figure out what time you're going to go on. And then from there, you backtrack how many hours before you should eat. And a lot of people choose to do rice cakes and peanut butter and honey. Just because you're feeding your body with the carbs, the fat goes to your muscle, and then you want to do the sugar to rush to your muscles right before you go on the show. Of course, you don't drink any water at this point, so you're very dehydrated. The only thing you can think about is water, and you're just waiting your turn. I listen to music just to keep my mind kind of like at ease and just kind of keep calm.
Perfect. Face the rear, please.
Well, the first one I did, like I said, is my first physique show, so I wanted to do the novice. And I walked out there. As I look back, I was really stiff, and then I'm not so nervous because I've been in front of the camera quite a few times through my wrestling career and everything. So the nervous part wasn't the big part. It was just trying to stay relaxed and not so I was used to more bodybuilding, and that is a lot more stiff and robotic moves. Where I kept trying to tell myself, go slow, be relaxed, but as then watching the video, it didn't really turn out that way, but
All right, 44, can you lead him back to the green line, please? That's it.
I always said if you don't get nervous, then something's wrong. So before every wrestling show, before I go out and they play your music, you know, I always get nervous.
Number 112 to the front line, please. Number 112. Number 47. Number 45. Number 34. Number 42.
I think it went well. Let's see, I did the novice and I got moved to the center, so I think, you know, usually as they move you to the center, you have more chance of placing first, second, or third, so I felt really good about that. Made the first call-outs, and then in the open, I made the first call-outs, and was in the center, then moved to the side, and then, so I think I did well there too. I'm really happy with my results, how I did. I wanted to make first calls on both of them since it's my first time doing physique, and I'm excited. That was, I feel pumped, I feel great, I feel energetic. That was exciting, very fun.
After the break, Red Meckelberg and Woody Hunter face the judge's decision. Find out what happens next.
It was almost kind of like freaky on the Thunderdome. We had 120 athletes, so missed the goal by 80, which isn't bad for a first-time show since we have so many shows, and sometimes they're only a month apart. But it was pretty freaky, and it was funny. We're saying, oh, 120 is kind of a small show. 120 is a small show. Tell us that 10 years ago.
Fortune pancake. I think I heard of you guys. She trains at AZ Pro Physiques. Number 104. Red McKelberg.
I don't feel like it's a competition, and in the sense of I'm better than you and what do you look like and what do I look like. You know, we're all here for the same purpose, and that's just to live a healthy, fit life. And you meet a lot of people. There's people who train where I train at AZ Pro, and I've never crossed paths with them because I'm seeing my trainer, and for those 30 minutes or 40 minutes I'm working out there, and we don't cross paths. And so to kind of come together and say, look how far we've come, and share experiences, and it's really cool. I've met other moms who are on the same path of life and chapters.
Fifth place, number 87, Mana Noda. Fourth place, Stella Pena, number 86. Third place, number 88, Ashley Eichenberger. Second place, number 57, Brooklyn Whitlow. First place, number 81, Lindsay Brackett.
It's definitely your own journey, and you're not competing with anyone else but yourself. And that's how I look at it. Running a race, I knew running the rock and roll that I was out of 40,000 people running a race, I certainly wasn't crossing the finish line first. However, no matter if you cross first or last, you get a medal. In this piece, you don't get a medal, even if you finish last. So that was an adjustment for me.
And now number 45 from Phoenix, Woody Hunter. Woody is 33 years old, trains out at Maximum Fitness. He's into working out, going to the beach and snowboarding. And the last time he competed was 5 years ago. Happy to have you back here tonight, Woody Hunter. Now, let's hand out some trophies. Start with in 5th place. The trophy goes to number 33, Corey Matthew. 4th place goes to number 42, Jonathan Woodmansey. 3rd place goes to number 112, General Parnell. 2nd place goes to number 47, Ryan Archuleta. And your 1st place winner in tonight's men's physique novice division is...
Find out what happens next.
I mean, like, I felt confident and made both first call outs. First thing I did was go to the steakhouse. I had the guy who had been helping me, he's like, don't drink water, just have a glass of wine. So I had a glass of wine, I had a steak, and I had a baked potato. And no water, no vegetables, because those are all water related. So, but I felt great. I felt very confident in that I'd placed.
Winner in tonight's men's physique novice division is number 34, Roderick Kennedy.
I get called out for novice. I go out there, and they're presenting all the awards, and I didn't hear my name called, and I was in shock. I mean, I'm not going to show on stage, but I was very upset, kind of, because with the previous night I had made first call outs and was moved somewhat to the center. So I just was really upset and not, you know, like, couldn't figure it out. Class B came around, and I go out, and, you know, now I'm already bummed from the novice, but I walk out, you know, I'm like, maybe I didn't place in this either.
In 5th place, Woody Hunter.
But I did place 5th, which I was happy with because I placed, you know, I got a trophy and whatnot. But I still didn't understand the novice because I thought I was definitely up in the top 3.
On the next Angles Health and Fitness TV, we will meet Amy Ackerman and get an update from Kieran McBay as they compete at the NPC Thunderdome.